What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Myst. In the last episode, we started the game, and we took a little lap around our entire island here. A lot of things to interact with and to mess with a little bit, but nothing concrete yet. We started reading this active library of books here. We got through these two, and we learned a little bit more about maybe what this world is involved with. We have two more, though, so let's start with here. So the book is called what? The Selentic Age of Myst. Well, that's promising. And let's make sure we go back to the front page. Since there's some faded pages. Oh boy. It has been a while since I've heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly, I think. For some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world, but in which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but to think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. I have yet to ever write... Okay. From the grassy hill where I'm standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I was standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh, and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It's absolutely breathtaking, and yet, that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north. Hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin, and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though the night has come, horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again, the feeling I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I've had to return home due to unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one left there has been destroyed or damaged. I see. Okay, so we're talking about books linking worlds. I've returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the middle of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assumed one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate, it seems, as Catherine says. Okay, so that's probably going to be... This is from the father's perspective. I do find beauty in everything. Last night, I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly, the ground began to crack, and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was too far wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I've decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Interesting. Before I go any further, I'm just making sure that everything is recording and doing right. Yes, okay, great. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created, and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cirrus and Achenar and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I've returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will need to find everything I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I have also found titanium occurring naturally. I'm all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I will be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within 1 year. I so love working with my hands, whether writing or building. I began today on the... And then it fades out. Oh, I think it says bridge. I began today on the bridge. Well, and I've decided to... 3 meters is not enough support for the beams, although. We have some interesting images, though. Amazingly strong. Aha! So that looks like our ship. To be one of my most prized inventions. I could never have imagined it could come together quite. I doubt. Could possibly work with 14 instead of 8. Completely fatigued. I'm so happy to have complete. Tomorrow. I hope you're liking my accurate reading of this book. I'm leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Achenar. I have left them alone in Channelwood, okay? I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have been stabilized. I believe the meteor set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I've just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I've copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. So what do we got here? We got C, an octave up C, E flat or D sharp, F, B flat. Okay. I'm trying to see which one we are in right now. I don't think it's this one. Okay. One more major book here. The Mechanical. Okay, before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray, and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned very many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for a friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became as dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout posts' attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. The black ships sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I've decided since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save the civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I'm excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I've begun work on a plan for protection. What do we got here? After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandingly excited to be here. They have grown considerably ever since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We're building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I'm very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world, except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky here was like the blue sky in Myst. So Myst is a place. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, I guess when he's saying father, actually, so that one that I said was maybe one of the sons is not one of the sons. So this guy's father also maybe was involved in all this. So there's 3 generations. It has been 6 months of work, and we finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to our rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I've designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my visits to Aspermere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. Okay. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. Okay, that looks important. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave, the insignia of the black ship. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not returned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until their enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I've had a healthy adventure and have begun to work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first, I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. I believe in my travels, I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day, and found the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavy darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. Interesting. So we have the Stone Ship Age, the Channelwood Age, the Selenic Age of Mist, and Mechanical Age. And then this one's just the numbers. And does it go all the way to... Wow, it keeps going. All right, there's got to be an end. So we're gonna just click through until we get to an end, because there might be a note on the last page that says what we got to do with it. So far so cool. I really like the lore. I have a feeling that those are all going to be worlds that we're able to actually explore here, right? 300 is the max on that. Okay. I kind of want to check these out. Oh. Okay, I can't do that. How about this book? Okay, can't really do much with that. So now let's, I guess, pull this lever. So this door closes. Uh-huh. Okay, we're in the mountain. Library. Oh, I gotta pull it closed, right? It's an old freight. Fascinating. All right, let's see. Tower. Are these all levers? No. Oh, I'm in the thing. Okay, we got a book. Right, so the dial downstairs is going to change the direction of this. All right, interesting. Let's climb up. And I can't do anything about that. All right. I am interested. Okay, so we have a key symbol here. And now I wonder, does this go up higher or does this go down? Okay, so it's just those two settings. Okay. So I wonder if this being at a red side means that I will be able to look through it. Let's find out. Let's see what changes. Okay, so this moved, and yes, it looks like that was exactly what it was. Curious about what I'm seeing here. I just see the rocket ship. Okay, so this is exactly what I thought I was going to be able to see. So in that case, is there a side of the world that I'd want to see that would be not as obvious to see from the ground floor? Unsure. Let's take a look. The game looks great, too. You'd never know that this was a game made in the, I think, 90s, right? The original Myst was the 90s? Had to have been. I don't think it would have been the 80s. Okay. So nothing on the other side of the island. We can do that side. We could do there. Let's do there for now. I don't think I'm going to be able to see anything that's totally new. I don't know what that's doing. And I don't know if there's another, like... Am I doing something wrong there? Oh! Oh. Does this reset? Oh, okay, so it's maybe one per son. Bring him the blue pages. Okay, I get it. How about this side?
You must help me. Bring me a red page. I can't see.
Okay, cool. So I understand. So we have to just get different pages. So inside the fireplace here, we have numbers. What's the next other lead we could deal with? We could do constellations, I guess, but I don't know where to input that. Interesting. Okay, let's just take another look around now that we've read everything. And I don't know if I actually ever pulled this switch. Nothing to do there. Let's go down. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Oh, hello. So we could go 20, so probably time, right? Yeah, we're talking about an hour. Oh, is that constellations? Ah, interesting. Oh, I see. We could change... Okay, got you. So... we could fully change what... So we're looking for an exact time. And that's going to give us the constellations that we're looking for. What is this? I don't know what that's referring to. But, okay, so we're looking for... we're looking for something to tell us what date we should show these constellations at. And we know the constellations because of the symbols. This also requires some sort of time input. This requires a three numbered input. That's gas. That didn't do anything notable. We tried the ship, it didn't open. Okay. Wow, interesting. Okay, I wasn't expecting to be, like, unsure of what to do. Can I climb up the ship? The only thing that I know I can do here is, like, move this, but I don't know what that's actually giving me. Is there something that's better seen from top down? Let's open this up again. Now that I have a better idea of some of the things in this world, maybe that will help. So what is this saying? This is saying marker switch diagram. Marker switch. So it's just a diagram. Oh, we got this button though. What does that button do? Can I switch what thing it is? Aha. Ooh, okay. How did I do that? I just pushed it when it was on this? Cool. What? Okay, so I can set it to one of, you know, at 45-degree angle positions. And it goes away. How about for 67? Does that button do anything? Oh, I see. That doesn't... Okay, I shut that off. Huh. Okay. That's not really giving me anything right now. Do I have to do more with the books? Let's see. Let's just let these play and see if there's anything else that comes out of it.
You must help me.
Mm-hmm.
Giving up long ago. There's one thing I know to be rescued. You must.
Oh. It's just gonna loop. Yes, okay. So I have to believe that it's something to do with inside here. Just because this is the most interactable part of this whole thing. So let's keep trying. Okay, so this works. Can't do anything specifically while looking down. So this is attached to the bottom of this. Oh. This says key 724. This wasn't like that before. Seven, 2, 4. So that could be a couple things. That could be the generators downstairs. Those are specifically marked with a 724. I don't know what I did to deserve that. But let's try it. Now the question is, where did I see the markers for that? Let's go over here. Could not. There's a chance that this is obviously is not what this is. So 7, 2, and 4. Got it. All right. Well, I've pressed them. If that was what that was, then we'll see if something's changed. Oh. Okay, so we have power. That's good. I don't know if we did before, but if we didn't... maybe that power is going to go all the way through to the ship? That seems like that's on also. That didn't have that power before. Okay, so that's directly connected to this. Okay, that didn't seem to work. Hey, but that's a start. Okay, so we have power. Maybe just not enough power? That's possible. Okay. This I don't really have an answer for. I didn't get a lot of dates. Let's go back to this book, because... Future Bridge. And this didn't have a lot of diagrams or anything like that. How about the stone ship age? So this was the constellations. Okay. All right, there's a piano puzzle, which we don't really have. Stabilizer. Hmm. 7, 2, and 4. Well, I guess it could be this. We'll have to put in all of the things for 7, 2, and 4. Oh, God, we got to go all the way back. Sorry. Rest in peace. This. Okay. Yeah, maybe we put in 7, 2, and 4 and see what happens. I mean, we're not going to be able to put them in at the same time, right? Because this is a full grid. I want to know how I got those numbers. I want to know why those numbers appeared the way they did. I suppose I could... Oh, wait. 724. There's a... Isn't there a lockbox? Where's the lockbox? I forgot. There's a 3-digit lockbox somewhere here. Come on. Yes! Okay. Safe cracker. Open the safe in the cabin. Ignite. Okay, well, I have to turn this on first. So I was right. This is gas. There we go. Okay, ignite. What are we igniting? Is this just one piece of this? Is there something to ignite? Oh, that's possible. Okay, well, we have a piece of that. That's good. So we have some electricity. I'm gonna just try this again, just in case. Nope. I'm assuming that we're gonna have it'll be obvious when we need to do that. Okay, 7. I guess 724 could also be a time, so maybe we try that as well. If it's just like the end all be all number. So this is 20, 24 is about there. I guess the hour hand would be slightly offset. Oh wait, that's not 7, that's 7. But yeah, as I said, it would be slightly offset, it would be there. No. Okay, great. That's fine. I'm happy to report that that does not work. Okay, unsure about what it wants us to ignite, though. I can't really click on it. What is that? Is it something down here? So, this is power. this one's not moving at all. Power to ship. Interesting. That went up by 1. Oh, interesting. Hold on, wait. What numbers is it going up by when we click on these? So, if I click on this one, it goes up by 10. It's going up by 1. That's by 7. 2. 8. Oh, 22. 16. 19, 5, and 9. I wonder, do I just have to make it 100? The jury's out on that one, but we figured that out at least. That's good to know. There's a lot of stuff that seems bolted on with screws, which would be... I don't know if this is the type of game to get a screwdriver, but seems like that would be a good idea. Okay, I think I'm going to call it here. Because we're getting to the end of an episode, but hey, we're getting closer to something. Read all the books. We've opened a safe, so at least we're in somewhat of a right direction. And we'll figure out where to go next on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe, and we'll check you out in the next one. Bye, everybody.